What's going on, guys? It's your boy Ogosh, and today I'm going to be going over how to make lo-fi beats. So for those of you that don't understand what lo-fi is, it's pretty much boom bap, hip hop, underground-ish type beats that's a lot less intricate. And what's crazy is that lo-fi actually stands for low fidelity. So that kind of comes hand in hand on how they came up with that name and that genre, which is pretty dope. Lo-fi is definitely one of those genres that's easily digestible because of what's going on in these tracks. There's not any artist on them, there's no crazy lyrics, it's not freaking slapping and stuff like that. There's not a lot of elements going on in these tracks. It's just more so, setting a mood, setting a tone, just creating a vibe. You usually hear lo-fi being played in like coffee shops. I've heard lo-fi in the elevator before. You hear lo-fi in like lobbies of hotels now. It's pretty crazy how lo-fi is such a grand genre now. I feel like lo-fi has been played in all these different places because it kind of caters to anyone, any demographic. So I think that's pretty dope. A lot of people listen to it for studying. A lot of people listen to it because they have like depression or anxiety, and it helps. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into how you can make lo-fi in FL Studio. All right, we are now in FL Studio. So let's go ahead and get into making some lo-fi vibes. I hate the word vibes. The first thing we are going to do is make the drum pattern. So let's go ahead and get some drums open. Me and the homies over at Slap Experts just dropped a drum kit called Chill Bites, which is kind of tailored around hip hop lo-fi vibes. So if you guys want to make your life easier when it comes to making lo-fi beats, getting this kit will definitely make that a lot easier. So we have, let's go ahead and bring in a kick drum. Let's get a hi-hat. Let's grab a snare of some kind. I'm going to go through these percussion loops and try to see which one will fit the lo-fi vibe. That one's fire. So let's go ahead and do that. The evening perk loop. Let's go ahead and drag that joint in. Let's go to BPM 88 because that's what the loop is in. Usually lo-fi is around, I want to say, like between 75 BPM to about 100. Lo-fi can really be any tempo, honestly. It's just as long as it has that very moody type of feel. Like it's just like very warm and, vibey. We're going to count how many times I use the word vibe today because that's what lo-fi is. It's a vibe. It's a vibe. I think that's 2 times or maybe 3 times. I probably said it earlier before that. All right, let's go ahead. Alrighty, so this loop already has like a snare element in there, so we might not need to use a snare, but I probably will anyway, just so I can control it. All right, let's go ahead and add a kick drum. So the thing about lo-fi beats when it comes to the drum patterns, it doesn't have to be like quantized. It doesn't have to be like super crazy on point when it comes to the timing. It's okay to have a couple of the kicks be off a little bit. It's like there's no problem with having some type of offset groove. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is add the hi-hats. So I've explained this in a video before on how to achieve swing because we want the swing to match that percussion loop. So what I'm going to do is do the 2-step hi-hat like so. Right now, obviously, it's going to be super on point, and we don't want that for this vibe. It doesn't even sound right. So what we're going to do is go to the graph editor. We're going to go to Shift, and every other hit, we're going to go up to this first line right here. And what the Shift tab does is pretty much shifts over the MIDI hit, however much you need. This is a preference thing. You know what? As a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and go up to, like, closer to the second line. We want these hi-hats to be super swung. Also, we're going to go to the velocity tab and do the same thing. We're going to turn these down to about the first line. And we'll do these randomly just so it has more of a lively feel. So we're not sounding too robotic, too repetitive. And then we are going to go to the hi-hat sample and go to the miscellaneous functions, and we're going to turn the shift up to about 0.02. Now let's see what that sounds like. Yeah, that's the one. So now that we got that, let's go ahead and add some Rhodes. So typically lo-fi has lively sounds. It'll usually have like a piano, a Rhode, a guitar. Um, Sometimes there's still elements that are put into lo-fi beats, but for the case of this joint, we're gonna go ahead and add some Rhodes. So I'm gonna open up Keyscape because that's my favorite. I'm gonna go to electric pianos. I'm gonna go ahead and throw on the Rhodes Classic. Let's throw that in an insert, and I'm gonna go ahead and turn on Tape Boy. All right, so I'm gonna find a chord progression, and then we're gonna go ahead and get into it. Let's go ahead and add a bass of some kind. So usually with lo-fi, they use more of like either a live sounding bass or like a sine bass. We don't want anything too synthetic, something that's very clean cut, and that's just gonna give this some type of low end. So I'm gonna go ahead and open up Mini Bit, and I'm gonna go ahead and go to the factory presets. Let's go to bass. So I'm gonna use the basements preset that we got here. All right, let's go ahead and add a string. I just want a string that's going to be held out throughout the whole course of that 4-bar section. Let's go ahead and open up Contact. All right, we got Contact open. Let's go ahead and pull up, and you can use any string because this is just going to be something that's going to be sitting in the background, not doing much. I'm going to be holding out one note throughout the course of this 4-bar section here. I'm going to go up like 3 octaves, and we're just gonna hold it like that. We're gonna keep it there the whole time. See how it gives it more emotion to sitting there in one place? All right, so let's go ahead and throw that into an insert. And I'm going to throw this plugin called Wires on top of that. Turn the motor down, turn the hiss down, the click down. Let's turn the wow and flutter up to about 25%. And this is what it sounds like. Let's go ahead, put some piano elements on top of that to kind of create a counter melody behind the Rhodes. So I'm going to open up Addictive Keys. And then I'm going to also throw that in an insert, throw a Tape Boy on there. So I'm going to turn on the 8-bit to kind of deteriorate the sound a little bit. We can throw on the warm. Man, forget it. We're going to throw on all of them. And then we're going to turn this to hiss. Let's turn that hiss down. And then with this plugin, we're going to synchronize the sound effect so that it's not just playing the whole time. It's going to go off whenever it receives a signal. Ooh, that's a vibe. That's crazy. That is it. Yeah, that's a vibe for sure. All right, so let's go ahead and create an intro, and this beat will be done. So I'm gonna go ahead and sequence this beat out a little bit more, and then I'm gonna show you the finished product. Thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe. Alright, so I'm done with the beat. Thank you guys for watching. I'm going to show you the finished product right now. Here you go.
Sometimes the answers are just, I don't know, like they're just waiting. They're just waiting on you to figure it out. Oh, God. It's kind of sadistic when you think about it. But I guess that's the way things were intended to be. A small way.
Alrighty guys, thank y'all for watching. I really do appreciate it. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel. If you guys have any questions about anything about the video, make sure you hit the comments down below. Also, all the sounds that I used in this beat were from the Chill Bites drum kit that we just released over at Slap Experts. So make sure you get you a copy if you want to use any of these sounds. I appreciate y'all. I will see y'all next time. Peace. It's a vibe.